Alright, y'all, I'm back at it again with another reaction. Y'all know what's coming. It's motherfucking New Year's Eve right now as we speak, and I just want to thank you guys for real for just a wonderful year. Like, my goals, like the past, since I graduated high school, I graduated in 23, so it's not been that long, but so much has happened. I've made so much progress and growth, and it wasn't all positive, but that's what I focus on. And that's really what I'm striving for, is to just keep this momentum and keep this motion going, because you know what I'm saying? What's in motion will stay in motion. So, but I want to thank God, you know what I'm saying? Not to sound stereotypical, but for real, because a lot of the shit that happened this year, I prayed about and I prayed for. And, he really came through for me. And just, I know there's a lot of shit he's protected me from, even when I wasn't as in tune with my spirit and talking to him like that. He's always been there, so I just want to thank him. And again, you guys, like, none of this shit, I guess, I mean, I probably would still do it just because, I don't know, it's kind of like a journal for me. I like to see, like, to document my feelings and my thoughts and mindsets in different times. But like, just having you guys along with me and y'all enjoying it, it's just like, okay, I can do this. I can keep this going, and we can actually have something here. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate y'all for real, for all the love and support. Um, yeah, it's been a hell of a freaking year. I got a lot more to say, but really, I just know Tommy. He gonna cover everything, and he gonna keep it straight up, and he gonna keep it real with us, with all of us. So I know this is a great video to watch to wrap up the year with y'all. So let's get it.
Is officially over. Congrats to everyone that made it and everyone that didn't.
Period.
All I can say is get better at the game. I feel like in the future,
Bruh,
this is gonna
this
be
nigga
that
don't give a
year we
fuck.
can say that beat 2016. Y'all gonna call me crazy now, but y'all are gonna look back at this video in the next
Hold
couple
on,
of years.
wait a minute, because I was just telling my siblings that 2016, like 2024, reminded me of 2016 when it comes to the music. All the niggas dropped in 2024, bro. All the real ones dropped. Just like in 2016, music, like, that was the best year of music until now. I'm not saying this year was better. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. But I'm saying it's up there. Like, you can't lie. Like, everybody dropped, nigga. We had Cole drop. We had, I think, Ye dropped. He had to have dropped. Anyways, we had Kendrick drop. We had controversies and beef and all kinds of stuff. We had new cities popping off, getting huge. We had artists coming out of everywhere with like freaking bars and different flows and styles and hella collabs this year. Like, it's just been a crazy year for rap, bruh. I feel like we just been going up and up and up. We've also started to move more into a positive and more like productive way of rapping, and I feel like we're finding our home and we're finding ourselves again. I feel like in rap. That's all I'm gonna say. We're gonna go ahead and get started because I'm a yap too much.
Be like I was right. I thought I would do a timeline on everything that happened this year
sped
that
it
we
up,
actually cared about. Because a lot of
so
these
maybe I won't
timelines and
take too
recaps
long.
every year are trash or boring to me. We covering the juicy politics, pop culture, memes, social media, entertainment like always. And there was a lot of politics this year, just a heads up. So without further ado, let's go over the 2024 timeline. January 2024. We start off this year with Mickey Mouse becoming public domain. This means that it loses all ability to get copyrighted by Disney and can be used in pretty much.
I think Winnie the Pooh was the same way. Like, a lot of Disney characters, I didn't know that was a possible thing until this year. So dang, yeah. The first thing I remember really happening was Cat Williams coming out with that interview. I don't know how early that was, but that shit was spicy. I loved it.
anything. Want to use it in a horror movie? You can now. Want to use it to sell a shirt? You can now. Want to use it in a porn film? You can now. The only catch is it's the oldest version of Mickey Mouse and not the newest one everybody's accustomed to. But that didn't stop a bunch of movie directors from making terrible horror movies of it as soon as the character became public domain. It's a ritual at this point for this to happen. Saudi Arabia officially joins BRICS, a group of countries whose goal is to create a currency together to promote economic growth for their nations, which includes Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, Egypt, Ethiopia.
I ain't even gonna say nothing about this because y'all don't want to see that side of me, bruh.
Iran, UAE, and now Saudi Arabia. Cat Williams shocks the internet by airing out all of Hollywood and exposing them, saying things
really bro. Y'all gotta stop sleeping, bro. Like, I know y'all know Cat Williams, but y'all need to go back and do y'all history, do y'all research, know y'all shit for real about this nigga. He through and through, bro. He checks out. Like, stop playing with him. Stop playing with him. Stop it. There ain't another nigga like Cat Williams. And God blessed us with this nigga, this man, because we need him for real. In a time like today, and especially in the industry he's in, I know we all lucky.
Like the most famous comedians in Hollywood try to gatekeep from other people becoming big. I still like Kevin Hart though, he's pretty funny. Saying he always declined Diddy's invitations to his parties because he knew what was happening. This video has 84 million views. That should show you how viral it went. Normal interviews are not getting these type of views. The only other person who could do something like this with the interview is Michael Jackson. To avoid getting demonetized because YouTube hates when I say this guy's name and will immediately do it if I say it, we're just gonna refer to him as Harry Lepstein. The Harry Lepstein files became declassified and the public starts scouring to figure out who's on it. To figure out which celebrity is finally gonna get exposed for being a freak. The victim says that Harry Lepstein said Bill Clinton likes them young. Nothing we didn't already know. The victim says Stephen Hawking was involved in an underage orgy. Out of all people I thought was gonna come out on this list, this was the last person. Like, how was his freak even doing anything? I didn't even know his stinky.
Like, I heard about that, but that's just one of the things you find out and you just let it leave your body. So when it comes up again, you kind of, it catches you off guard again. It's like, I did not want to know that. I forgot about that for a purpose, for a reason.
Still worked. All of his legacy pretty much burned up after this news. The victim says Michael Jackson was there but did nothing. Stop the lies on my goat, man. Never forget how the media did MJ. And after this first wave of names, people were hyped up waiting for more names to drop. Then we waited and waited and waited, and the names never dropped, and everyone forgot about the whole thing. How many of y'all even remember this happened? Be honest. Man, them elites.
Ain't nobody forgot, bro. I swear. This whole year, but like I said, I ain't even gonna speak on that because this ain't that video. It ain't that type of video.
Putting up work to keep it silent. MatPat officially retires from YouTube. The Stanley Cup went viral and started being sold out.
So as soon as I started watching media theory and all them other food theories and all that stuff, game theory, that nigga retires. Legend though. Good for him too. Good for him.
Stores all over the US. They dropped one specific cup, which was a Starbucks collab with a pink design, and all hell broke loose. They immediately started stampeding the stores to get them. People were selling these cups on eBay for 6 times their actual price. I still don't know why people were fighting over cups like this. Pretty weird time of this year. South Korea officially passes law banning dog meat trading in 2027. Come on, bro. It couldn't have been done sooner. Footage leaks of Playboy Cardi getting arrested for going 133 miles per hour. Probably the closest any of his fans will ever get to getting an interview in years, or an album, or song. Japan makes its first ever moon landing with its spacecraft. Megan Thee Stallion officially releases her diss track Hiss, dissing a lot of rappers, which was like the warm-up of what was to come later.
For real, like I said, Cat Williams planned it all. He knew what was going on. He knew what was happening. A lot of names was called out this year by a lot of people, bro. I love it though. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes. Let the truth come to light. The truth shall set you free.
This back a couple of days later, and honestly, if you don't know anything about this beef, don't bother listening to Nicki Minaj's song against her. The winner was determined 5 minutes after it came out. Elon Musk announces that Neuralink has successfully implanted its first brain chip in a human, which allows you to do things like control your phone or...
Elon, I ain't gonna say he scares me, but he's just like, I don't know, bro. It seems like he just, he got a lot of money, and he's smart in some places, but he's not, like, common sense isn't his thing, you know what I'm saying? It's just not. But he could probably build a computer from, like, some scraps, but with his like AI robots and the Neuralink stuff. It's like, are you good, bro? Are you good, bro?
Computer by just thinking. I think my hands work just fine for those tasks, but if y'all want to be test subjects, go right ahead. Congress held a hearing against the biggest tech CEOs, which at this point is a yearly ritual. I think this time they passed a record of asking the TikTok CEO, is he Chinese 1,000 times?
Have you ever been a member of the Chinese Communist Party?
Senator, I'm Singaporean. No.
Have you ever been associated or affiliated with the Chinese Communist Party?
No, Senator. Again, I'm Singaporean.
It included the Instagram CEO, Discord CEO, TikTok CEO, Twitter CEO, and Snapchat CEO, questioning them on security concerns and whatnot. UMG pulls off its music catalog on TikTok.
Ain't that crazy how, like, that wasn't really spoke about? Like, I think that is so weird. And then with the TikTok ban, too, it's like, we haven't really heard much. There's a lot going on behind the scenes of that stuff. But y'all not speaking on that.
After failing to reach a licensing agreement. And for y'all that don't know, UMG owns every artist that you listen to. I'm not even joking. This is the tippity-toppity of monopolies. Between both the companies, TikTok definitely took more of the L on it because it's built on songs. And for that time being, music was just a bit more quiet on TikTok. The memes of this month were things like Low Taper Fade Ninja, Stanley Cup, Side-Eye Cat, and Blacker Chinese. February 2024. This month started off weird. Pictures went viral on Twitter of AI Taylor Swift nudes. People was passing these pics all around.
I didn't see that. Like, I don't. That's gross, bro. Like, don't be a pervert. Don't be a weirdo. Don't be a Drake. Don't be a Diddy. Like, come on, guys. We can do better than this. Have some respect for yourself and other people, bro. Like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Like, that's fucking weird.
Around freely like a blunt rotation. Eventually, they banned all the accounts with the pictures, and right after this happened, U.S. lawmakers proposed a bill. The act would be a civil right of action for victims of these type of AI images and allow victims to collect financial damages for it. On one hand, this is a great and amazing law, but you're telling me it took the government years to do this and they only cared about this problem when it happened to a billionaire?
Yeah, like, that's... Because I was just finna say, like, even... I ain't even gonna say what I was about to say, but that's just crazy. Like, you know how many fake... But I guess AI is getting up there now. Now it's, like, crazy, scary, and it's very, very weird. Very, like... It's disgusting. So I'm glad they put a stop to that because, yeah.
Celebrity when this has been going on for years for different women around the world. Great job, guys.
For real,
my taxes are definitely going to use. Vince McMahon is investigated for sex trafficking allegations. He already stepped down as the CEO of WWE in 2022 because of internal investigations, but now the government is on his case. And when the government enters your case, most of the time it's GG's. Aiden Ross got scammed by 21 Savage live on stream in front of tens of thousands of people. I don't know how 21 Savage thought he could get away with this on a live stream. Oh, Drake's meat also leaked this month. Feel like this is a very important note of history, so I'm adding it to the timeline. Someone had to say this, okay? How was it still semi-soft in that bit? Alright, you know what? I'm getting into too much detail. Joe Rogan signs a Spotify deal worth $250 million, becoming the most expensive podcast deal in history. If the deal should have been worth that much is really up to your interpretation.
Monkey hole, and the tail and the little feet are poking out. It's like, see if you can find that.
King Charles is diagnosed.
I mean, look, as a content creator, especially ones that like, I like to make long content vids. I ain't even gonna lie, just cause it's chill, nigga, and I just like to chill. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta, especially for Joe Rogan, for him to get monetized and make money, like he got to get clips to put on TikTok and like to market. You know what I'm saying? So shit like that was perfect. Like, bravo, nigga. Good clip, cause that shit was funny. What are you doing?
With an undisclosed form of cancer. Judging off the way the internet reacted when his mama got packed, if he did too, they would not hold back again either. Charles, don't make next year your last year. The Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl, giving them 2 wins in a row. It set a record as the most watched TV broadcast in U.S. history with 123.7 million viewers across every platform. Sony buys Michael Jackson's catalog, acquiring a 50% stake in it for at least $600 million. Probably the worst news, considering MJ was fighting them over taking advantage of him. And when he dies years later, that's when they want to make the purchase. The YouTuber Too Mad passes away. Considering he wasn't really a good guy, a lot of the internet just clowned him. Donald Trump gets fined $354 million for fraudulent business practices in a court ruling, and his 2 sons get fined $4 million as well. Diddy faces a law.
I don't understand. Man, once you get some money, bruh, just stay out the way and like don't do crime. Like, that's stupid. Was it worth it?
Lawsuit accusing him of sexual harassment and assault by Lil Raw Jones. This is one of the first lawsuits that kicked off that whole thing this year of Diddy getting tracked and hunted down, but I always thought he was a good guy. I mean, look how nice he is on Ellen DeGeneres show.
Night. I had the dates wrong.
No,
All
and
this
her.
time. Diddy, come on out.
The memes of this month were things like Sad Hamster, the Apple Vision Pro, and Taylor Swift.
I wish I would have never seen that. For real, cause that was disturbing, knowing what I know now. And Ellen, like, Ellen was cool back in the day, you know what I'm saying? Like, way, way back in the day. But that's just because we were young and we didn't really know. But once we grew up, we was like, this girl, she kind of weird, bro. Her show, like, it's a little weird. And then you get, you know what I'm saying? You get the vibes, and she just not it, bro.
Was Jet. March 2024. Ryan Garcia started crashing out this month and spiraling on the internet. On his Instagram story, he posted a cryptic devilish message with it saying, "We told you we were coming." Then he went on a rant saying elites made him watch kids get raped in a forest and he has proof of it, and started tweeting out saying if they kill him, he didn't do it himself. To this day, people still don't know why he was wilding like this. Some people think it was to hype up his fight with Devin Haney, and even he said himself that was why. But is it not kind of
I ain't gonna speak on it, y'all. This ain't a video for that. This ain't that type of video. But, hey, I be knowing.
up to say you have proof of things like that in the name of promoting a fight? And it came out later that Ryan was using performance-enhancing drugs anyways, and the fight got overturned. So all those shenanigans to get people hyped up to watch, just for him to get scared and take some drugs to win the same day. Probably the weirdest thing to happen this year in the sports world. LeBron James becomes the first NBA player to score 40,000 points. And no matter how much the old heads and unks complain about it, he is indeed the best NBA player of all time. Thank you, King. Sadly, Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball, passed away. This one hit everyone deep, man. It felt like we all had to be silent for the next couple of days. Rumor has it the cartel stopped fighting for a day in honor of his legacy. Definitely one of the most tragic things to happen this year. Rest in peace to the GOAT. The Dubai Mall becomes the most visited place on earth with a record 105 million visitors. Robert Downey Jr. wins his first Oscar for his support role in Oppenheimer, which is how you know these award shows are a scam. How did this not win for carrying Marvel for like a decade? I guess better late than never. Andrew Tate gets arrested again. Andrew Tate.
I knew that he was gonna bring up Andrew Tate. But y'all, at the end of the day, Andrew Tate is just another Donald Trump. Remember when in 2016 when Donald Trump came about in like the rage, like these people became demons full of hate towards this man, and like they just lost all brain cells. Whether you were for or against the man, it was really weird for a long time about a guy who just, you know, is a human. And I feel like Andrew is the same way, like, but them getting that clout and that spotlight for so long, bro, they set for life. So I don't hate on neither one of them niggas. That's why, you know, they got their bag. Who am I to hate? They got more money than me. And we can't come in here and act like neither one of them ruined the world, because the world was fucked before either one of them became as famous and we made them so popular from just using their name so much on the internet. You know what I'm saying? So, fuck it, bro. That shit, they're both hilarious. I'm telling you, 2016, 2024, they're the same, bro. They're the same.
The big 2024, or should I say 2025 now? Like, can I just know if they're innocent or not? I swear, I still don't know. The U.S. House passes a bill to ban TikTok, and the vote was pretty much a landslide. 352 agreed and 65 disagreed. Republicans and Democrats never get together on anything, so that's how you know they serious this time. For y'all watching in the future, did it get banned? Or was it another time of them saying it and absolutely doing nothing? Mike Pence, Trump's former vice president, refuses to endorse him. Vladimir Putin officially gets re-elected as the president of Russia, winning 78.8% of the vote, which will make him the longest serving leader of Russia, overtaking Joseph Stalin. If you ask me personally, I think this was one of the most fair elections to ever take place. It's not like he arrested his main competitor.
Look, bro. We can't hate on another group of people doing shit better than us. Just because they doing better than us, we gonna hate. That's what a hater do. We can't be a hater. You know what I'm saying? We can learn from them. And then mind our freaking business and do better.
and jailed him. Then when he died, it was deemed under suspicious circumstances. He wanted fair and square. Fair and square. Seriously, is there anything Russians can even do? The Quiet on Set documentary releases, revealing how messed up Nickelodeon Studios was run and the freaking nature of Dan Schneider and his friends. The main things revealed was that Dan Schneider wrote R-rated jokes and shows on purpose. That must be a real...
I learned about all these little conspiracy theories. I learned about this like shit years ago, bro. I think it was when in 2016, because that's when I started going down this rabbit hole, because he was talking about like drain the swamp and, you know, Hillary Clinton being in like so that's when I really started going through all this stuff and learning about it. So all of this coming out in 2024 was great for me, because I was just like, yay, the rest of the world, you know, not all of it, but people are starting to, you know.
Shocker to everyone that the work environment was toxic and Dan underpaid female writers. The biggest reveal was that Drake Bell was SA'd by a dialogue coach who worked there named Brian Peck. And when it came time for Brian Peck's trial, a bunch of celebrities and people in the industry wrote letters to give him support. You're better off throwing your kids in a den of lions than throwing them in Hollywood and them surviving. As a child actor, most of the time your parents use you and don't really care. And the whole industry is just full of degenerates who never get checked. Like that from Future's album releases, igniting the start of the rap civil war. Kendrick Lamar disses Drake and J. Cole, saying it's just Big Me, throwing the...
We need to pay homage to 2024's music, freaking, I don't know, freaking just status, because that bit top tier. Like I said, everybody dropped. Future dropped twice. Everybody was dropping, not just little songs. Some of them did just drop singles, but they were like worthy singles. And even the albums, bro, every single one of them, bro, bangers, like... None of them missed. Crazy.
First jab at them and seeing what they respond with. P. Diddy's home gets raided by federal agents. Sam Bankman-Fried gets sentenced to 25 years in prison for his orchestration of multiple fraudulent schemes. Godzilla x King Kong releases. Is the X supposed to be a versus? Because I don't know, I didn't watch the movie. Becoming the top installment of the series with 571 million made worldwide. And memes of this month were things like Green FN, the Willy Wonka experience, and the Chick-fil-A sauce girl. April 2024. Taylor Swift is officially added to Forbes billionaire list. South Korea's Democratic Party wins its national assembly. O.J. Simpson officially debuts in a
I thought Taylor been there.
And as you all know, he went down as a legendary football hero. A man who was proved innocent time and time again and can never hurt a fly. I speak for everyone when
Yeah, okay, buddy.
I say, rest in peace, O.J. Simpson.
After we finished filming, O.J. said to me that he had a surprise for me, and I genuinely was surprised. I think it was his idea of a joke. And this is it.
The legendary Detroit sign hits the world and jaws drop after seeing that there are some things out there that can look more depressing than Detroit. This thing costed $425,000 to make, by the way. Drake drops his diss track Push-Ups to retaliate against Kendrick Lamar, calling him a midget, saying his fans make excuses for him not dropping. Funnily enough, he told him later on that he's dropping too much. Funny to spin back and look at that. He called out The Weeknd.
I love that. I was wondering why Kendrick was dropping so much. That's why, though, because niggas say he never drops. So he's like, okay. Boom, 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 boom. Like, wicked. I love it, though. Like, Kendrick, honestly, probably my favorite rapper. He done dethroned Cole. And that's what 2024 did to me for music. But that's because, like, Cole, like, I don't know, bro. No, bro, you were supposed to stand up for us light-skinned niggas, and you just failed the mission. And like I said in the vid that I made when it was going on, I get it. But it's just like, Kendrick, come on, bro. You gotta, look, bro, understand and respect it. Like, Kendrick did his thing this year, bro. Like, there is no, nah, you can't come back from that.
To make, by the way. Drake drops his diss track Push-Ups to retaliate against Kendrick Lamar, calling him a midget, saying his fans make excuses for him not dropping. Funnily enough, he told him in Rick Ross. And we sat there and waited for 3 weeks for the war to finally begin. Donald Trump's hush money lawsuit trial officially begins. Taylor Swift drops her album The Torture Poets Department, selling 2.6 million units in the first week, which is actually unbelievable. The second closest artist to get to her sales this year was Kendrick's album GNX that had 319,000 sales in the first week. Like Taylor or not, she is running the music industry and there's absolutely nobody even coming close to her. She also became the first artist to have 14 of the top positions on the Billboard Hot 100. Tesla recalls thousands of Cybertrucks due to an issue with the gas pedal. And there's been multiple recalls for the car this year due to other issues. Good riddance. I honestly hate every time I see one of these these cyberpunk looking cars on the road. The US House of Representatives passed this bill to ban TikTok, but this time they actually gave a date, January 19th, 2025. So when the time comes, let me know what happens, y'all. My prediction is that getting packed. The government been wanted it out since 2020. Ryan Garcia beats Devin Haney in a boxing match. Kendrick Lamar drops his diss track responding to Drake, Euphoria, saying he's inauthentic and just pumps out music for money, saying he wishes he was one of the hoes like Sexy Red. Definitely true. And the internet got to debating immediately. And when I say debate, there was no debate really. Everybody knew Euphoria won. This is like Hydrogen Bomb versus Coughing Baby, all right? It's not a fight.
Y'all, it's just like, sometimes niggas really don't be liking women. But they just don't want to accept that in their hearts because they niggas. You know what I'm saying? That's just, it's in their blood to not, but it's came out a lot this year, all right? Look, the proof is in the pudding. Don't be mad at me. Don't shoot the messenger. But I think they all got a little, what term am I gonna use? I don't know, Brie. I don't know, bro. Light in they loafers. They all got a little light in they loafers. Okay?
Immediately. And when I say debate, there was no debate really. Everybody knew Euphoria won. This is like Hydrogen Bomb versus Coughing Baby, all right? It's not a fight. And the memes of this month were things like what the Sigma, LeBron glazing, and the TikTok Riz party. May 2024. Ryan Garcia tests positive for using enhancing drugs in his fight with Devin Haney. So the fight results got overturned and he got banned from boxing for a year. Kendrick Lamar drops another diss track, 616 in LA. Main points being that he's telling Drake his inside circle wants to see his downfall and Kendrick's got an insider, saying that Drake using memes isn't working and people can pick up on it. Wasn't too
Drake ain't the only rapper Kendrick ain't the only rapper who said that about Drake.
much really, but the very same day, just so we can keep track, this is all the day of May 3rd, Drake drops Family Matters. His main points being that Kendrick's kids aren't his and are actually his best friend's day free, saying Kendrick beats his wife, and saying he begged Tupac's estate to take down Drake's diss track. But then, Kendrick drops Meet the Grams right after.
Yeah,
and can I just say, everyone, we were really all born in the greatest generation. Witnessing how this night went down was poetic. I'm so glad I was involved in this time of moment. Going from Drake's Jolly diss track that had some hard moments in it, to the most dark side.
Y'all, that, I ain't gonna lie, this beef, I just like it because my niggas was rapping. They was rapping their asses off. They was battling for once in my, like, I just felt rap being reignited. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all tuned into this. We all was watching this, and we were all just impressed and just overjoyed because people just don't make music like they used to. You know what I'm saying?
Sounding deepest and evil tracks. Kendrick's main points was telling Adonis he feels bad Drake is his dad, telling Drake's mom she failed for having a son that doesn't respect women.
And it's crazy that we have, like, I'm referring back to like when was it when Drake and Kendrick dropped that song? What was it, Poetic Justice? And I think they dropped a couple more together, but those were the days, bro. For real, that was. But I feel like it was brought back this year. I loved it.
I respect women, guys, just so you know. Telling Drake's dad he's an enabler and is why Drake is how he is. Saying Drake only uses black women to hypersexualize and nothing else. And of course, the daughter reveal. Now, this is the one thing from Kendrick's whole performance this beef that was kinda iffy. To this day, Drake's daughter hasn't been revealed other than rumors, and it definitely would have got leaked by now. But who knows in the future, it might get revealed. Then the next day, oh my god, bro, this is the amazing week. Kendrick drops Not Like Us, having the whole world yell Drake's a for the entire summer. And it ends off, of course, with Heart Part 6. He would have been better off not dropping this at all and having Not Like Us be the last track. The fact that he took the route of, well, guess what, Kendrick? Guess what? I'm famous, so I couldn't be I'd be caught by now. Yeah, that killed any shots of him dropping another diss. And that's the whole rap civil war of 2024 music-wise. I'm leaving out certain parts because if I included everything, this whole video would be an hour extra long. Xi Jinping visits Europe for the first time in 5 years. Maybe we'll get world peace soon, probably not. ByteDance sues to block the US from banning the app, saying it violates free speech rights. Silly TikTok. Little do they know the government cares
Yeah, if you didn't know, ByteDance owns TikTok, so basically,
about free speech. Except when it's for something they don't like. The government doesn't even allow China to sell cars here. You think they would let you win a lawsuit on their land? Putin gets inaugurated into office. Not Like Us becomes the #1 Billboard Hot 100 song and broke so many records, I don't even feel like saying them, but y'all already know it was played everywhere. A video leaks of P. Diddy beating his former wife on camera. We also gotta mention, it's crazy how long this video took to come out. It just shows the grip of power Diddy.
Another nigga who doesn't really like women, but forces himself to put on an image to make him look like he likes women. It's like, if you don't swing that way, you ain't gotta swing that way. Like I said, it's okay to have some light in your loafers, but when you hold it in and you just, it's gonna come out somewhere, some way. Usually negative. it's crazy, y'all, that this was we just been listening and tuning in all this time, and this year was something.
Diddy beating his former wife on camera. We also gotta mention, it's crazy how long this video took to come out. It just shows the grip of power Diddy had on people. This video happened in 2016. And he later apologized in a video 2 days later. Don't know why he still thought he could salvage his public image. He had to have known it's over, right? Red Lobster files for bankruptcy. The Doge Dog sadly passed away. Rest in peace to the Doge Dog. Trump.
And a lot of people wanted to, I'm gonna say this part. A lot of people wanted to say that situation was like the CB and Reed situation. No. You can go back and hear what Rihanna and CB had to say about that situation they were in when they were freaking teenagers. Like, they were freaking kids. Diddy a grown-ass man, bro. And he been grown for a long time. Ain't no excuse. And especially like that. Like, that's not fight. That is abuse. Like, that ain't even, like, that's just assault, abuse. Like, that is ridiculous and uncalled for. And, like, I'm glad they got this nigga.
Image, he had to have known it's over, right? Red Lobster files for bankruptcy. The Doge Dog sadly passed away. Rest in peace to the Doge Dog. Trump gets convicted on 34 felony counts in his lawsuit on falsified business records, becoming the first former or sitting U.S. president to have been convicted on criminal charges. And the memes of this month were things like man or bear in the woods, Drake versus Kendrick, and the New York portal. June 2024. Mexico makes history by electing its first female president. And India elects its prime minister.
Okay, y'all want me to speak on the man and bear situation? Bruh, get off the internet. That's what I gotta say. Because the internet is not real. And what you see on the internet, what you hear, what you read, none of that shit is real, my nigga. A lot of it's bait, trolls, jokes, delusions. You know what I'm saying? So get off the internet, get in the real world. You'll find out, you know, men and women aren't so bad. Like, calm down. You know?
With one of the biggest elections ever of 642 million votes being casted. Props to them for getting 642 million votes done in a day. In the US, for some reason, each state either moves at bullet train speed or is still counting votes a month later. I swear, California just does everything terrible. Joe Biden introduces new restrictions on the border after pressure from the public. Howard University revokes Diddy's honorary degree. How could they? These degrees, from what I see, are just pieces of paper college gives to celebrities for being famous. They really serve no purpose, and I'd be damned if I went to debt only for a celebrity to get it for free because they're famous. Hunter Biden's found guilty on all accounts in his felony gun charges case. Jerry West, aka the man who's the symbol of the NBA, sadly passes away. Rest in peace, Jerry West. The House passes a bill to automatically register any men age 18 to 26 for draft. They can pass all the bills they want, but when the time comes for a draft, I'll be cooling in a jail cell with my homies. The Celtics beat the Dallas Mavericks in the NBA Finals. Nvidia becomes the most valuable company in the world, beating Microsoft at $3.34 trillion. I can't even comprehend that type of money or what a company.
I'm not a man, and I'm not gonna speak for y'all. But personally, I wouldn't let them do me like that. What you mean you gonna put me in jail if I don't want to do something? Like, you want me to go out here, risk my life, give up my freedom, give up my body, give up my rights and my life for what? I don't know you. For what? Nah. Personally, I wouldn't have that shit. Authority my ass.
He even does with all that type of money. Justin Timberlake gets arrested for driving while intoxicated. This man is worth $250 million, and instead of ordering an Uber or even getting a private driver, he decides to get behind the wheel drunk. He just like me for real. That's my favorite singer now. Vladimir Putin visits North Korea for his first time in 24 years. And you just gotta admire their friendship. I mean, look at them. I wish I had a friendship like that. That friendship is with you guys. Travis Scott gets arrested for disorderly conduct. Dr. Disrespect gets exposed as a certified PDF file. For being a gamer, the amount of controversies this man has had is odd. Is it that hard to sit down and game without cheating on your wife or being a creep? Never forget when he posted this image before him coming back thinking it was the hardest thing of all time. He eventually ended up where all washed up nobodies do. Rumble. The presidential debate takes place, and oh man, it did not disappoint. It did disappoint. It's crazy how fast Biden aged because even in 2020, he could still throw up jabs. This was so brutal to watch live. He would have been better off just skipping the debate. The Lakers draft Bronny James. And the memes of this month were things like the Hawk Tua girl, AI vines, Freak Bob, and Let's Go Gambling. July 2024. The Supreme Court rules presidents have broad immunity from prosecution, meaning that presidents can commit certain crimes and not be prosecuted for it. This is a total shame because United States presidents have totally never committed crimes in the past, and everyone knows they have the cleanest slate in the world. LeBron James signs a 2-year, $104 million
they really out here thinking they like a king or queen or something, getting immunity from crimes. Like, what the? Huh? I'm telling you, boy. Sooner or later.
Contract to play for the Lakers. Keir Starmer becomes the UK Prime Minister. John Cena announces his retirement from the WWE in 2025. The amount of that broke all types of bones trying to do John Cena wrestling moves in their rooms will never be forgotten. John, your legacy will never be forgotten. The Twitch streamer Sketch had a slight past mistake leaked by somebody. Some people were mad at him for some reason at the time, and it became this huge story on social media of people talking about it. He came on stream eventually to talk about it and responded in a pretty good way. But the fact that people bullied him to damn near making himself end his life, well, what are you doing, bro? I know you get no hoser money. Eminem releases his album, The Death of Slim Shady, selling 281,000 copies first week and killing off his iconic character Slim Shady in the album. Whether you like M or not, Eminem has some bangers with Slim Shady back in the day. All AT&T customers' data gets exposed in a data breach. Donald Trump gives a nice speech to his supporters and nothing totally happens to him. Nah, I'm just kidding. He got shot. We gotta talk about how wild the 2024 election was. Like, was it really this serious? No other seasons of elections will ever go down like this, ever. And social media got set ablaze from this. There were people who gave messages that political violence shouldn't be allowed and wished a speedy recovery from it. People like Joe Biden and Kamala Harris saying it, and some people did not give a f. Trump also announced his vice president, J.D. Vance, in the next upcoming days. Joe Biden tests positive for COVID-19. COVID fell the
Oh, let me go back. I need to go back. Okay, yeah. W album, bro. That shit was epic. I think he had a part two. But nah, Trump getting shot. Wicked. Wicked as in like a bad thing. Not in a good way. But it's just stupid to me. That's how I feel. There's like he said, there's no place for violence in politics. But like, if we can't communicate about it, then shit. Well, I guess I don't know. It depends. It really does depend. But in this instance, nah, this some bitch shit. Like this nigga, he's just out here living at his rally, defenseless. You're being weird. You know what I'm saying? You're being weird. Like, what is this gonna prove? Why are you taking this man out? Like, he got some life to live. He got kids and a wife.
Got shot. We gotta talk about how wild the 2024 election was. Like, was it really this serious? No other seasons of elections will ever go down like.
And that brother lost his. Like, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it to do this dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, protesting, yes. You know, that's a good way to, you know, speak your voice and be heard and be seen. But assassination? Who do you think you are, bruh? Who do you think you are?
This ever. And social media got set ablaze from this. There were people who gave messages that political. Trump also announced his 4 years later after its peak. Biden has survived so much at this point, I don't think anything can take him out. Let me just knock on this wood for 2025. He's getting up there in age, so yeah.
Like COVID.
I don't want to be blamed if something happens. JoJo Siwa breaks the record for the most disliked music video by a female artist in 2024 by a pretty good amount too. It's a skill to do this many numbers. Joe Biden drops out the presidential race after stuttering in every interview for the past 4 years, trying to learn how to walk up steps and lying to the public, telling people he's in perfect fine shape for an old man. He made the decision on July 21st, 2024, immediately endorsing his vice president Kamala Harris right after. If Joe knew she was gonna do things like get Megan Thee Stallion to twerk for votes and Cardi B to speak, he would have locked in and changed his mind. Chris Tyson steps away from Mr. Beast's team after allegations of grooming and overall being a weirdo. I'm just saying allegations because at the time it was, but now it's confirmed true. Y'all already know. And Mr. Beast's image just hasn't fully recovered from this. Right after these allegations, it felt like it just kept getting worse and worse, and there was no stopping it. Just more and more allegations on Mr. Beast and everybody on his team. Mr. Beast's public likability stocks have never been the same. Only 100 million views. Mr. Beast is time to put the frosting back. Inside Out 2 becomes the highest grossing animated film in history.
Hey, Mr. Beast's whole team, including himself, has been in some scandals this year. Like, you just gotta watch the people who you like. Watch who you watching, nigga. Watch who you watching. That's all I got.
$1.46 billion globally. The 2024 Summer Olympics begins. I usually don't care about the Olympics, but this year's had so many memes. The Turkish shooter guy was probably the biggest one, and the whole shooting competition just looked cold, to be honest. Robert Downey Jr. is officially announced to be returning to Marvel. He was announced to be playing Doctor Doom in the next 2 Avengers movies. I feel like this just kills the moment when he died in Endgame. I'm optimistic though, so hopefully it's good. Xbox 360 shuts down its marketplace. The United States national debt reaches a record $35 trillion. I still want to know who we owe money to. It seems like we sent money to every other country. And the memes of this month were things like Rat Summer, Donald Trump shot, and Starlight the Boys. August 2024. Aiden Ross streams with Donald Trump being the first to be playing Doctor Doom in the next 2 Avengers movies. I feel like this just kills the moment when he died in Endgame. I'm optimistic though, so hopefully it's good. Xbox 360 shuts down its marketplace. The United States national debt reaches a record $35 trillion. I still want to know who we owe money to. It seems like we send money to every other country. And the
I never understood the debt. Like, I'm pretty sure the world is in like hundreds of trillions of dollars of debt. To who? How is a whole planet in debt? To who, bruh? Like, how are we all up in here just in debt and with money still exists? The math just isn't mathing. The math ain't mathing, bruh. How?
Themes of this month were things like Rat Summer, Donald Trump Shot, and Starlight the Boys, August 2024. Aiden Ross streams with Donald Trump, being the first ever president to hop on a stream. Kind of wild how far streaming has come this year and it's only been growing. This is a good time to tell you guys I also stream on Twitch, so go follow, please. Kamala Harris announces her vice president pick Tim Walz. Susan Wojcicki, the former CEO of YouTube, sadly passed away. She was one of the main pioneers in growing this platform.
Y'all, I did want to speak on that because one of my goals this year, if I was to reach 1,000 subs, I really wanted to start streaming. Like, when I started this shit, I was like, okay, I'm gonna start streaming as soon as I get the right equipment, because streaming is different from recording. You can't just press record and it does its thing. You gotta set it up and have enough bandwidth and all that stuff. Make sure it sounds good, looks good. You can see it, hear it, and message it and all that. So it takes a lot more equipment and time to really do it, and I haven't really got to that level yet, as I would hope. So it's definitely on the way, coming, and I haven't given up on it. I just am not there yet, which is okay, because I accomplished a lot of other shit. Can't win them all, you know what I'm saying?
As a whole. Rest in peace, Susan Wojcicki. The 2024 Summer Olympics officially wraps up, with athletes breaking 32 world records and reaching 5 billion people around the world. The social security number of every American gets stolen in a hack. My question is, how is it even possible to do that? And did y'all know this even happened? Like, your probably gone. Is our stuff that badly protected where you can take all of it in one sitting? Hey, all I know is I haven't been hit yet, so don't get any ideas, guys. Ronaldo breaks the world record for the fastest growing YouTube channel, gaining 1 million subs in less than 90 minutes, 10 million subs by the end of the day, 30 million subs by 2 days, and 50 million subs in under a week. I don't know how many people don't have Ronaldo as the most famous person on the planet right now, but if you don't, then this should certify that you gotta change it. The editing style on his videos are still pretty, like, very commercialized, but this could be the man that passes the almighty Mr. Beast hold on YouTube. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., probably the biggest independent US candidate in recent times, drops out the presidential race to endorse Donald Trump. Justin and Haley Bieber have their first kid. Shout out Justin for holding down my childhood with bangers. Feels like I'm truly getting old. The Brazilian Supreme Court shuts down Twitter in the country. Apparently this was due to disinformation being spread about the country. They lost the argument when they said false information on the app. Like, buddy, why do you think people have Twitter? To get fed lies and see people argue about things no one ever made an argument for in the first place. And the memes of this month were things like Turkish Pistol Shooter, Rainbow Dolphin, and Very Demir. September 2024. Sabrina Carpenter debuts #1 with her album Short and Sweet. Pretty big album for the year, but her tours be freaky as hell for some.
I love Sabrina Carpenter, y'all. We grew up with her, and I didn't know she was still around, but she been out here making music for real. Like, of course, when I was growing up as a little girl, you know, I listened to her, I watched her, you know, she was doing her thing, but I didn't know she was currently still, you know, really popping off, and she's been doing her thing. But this year, I was reintroduced, and it's just been just a lovely surprise, you know what I'm saying? Especially her video with Jenna Ortega. And really all her music, like, she's very talented. She really just be eating, bro. Leaving no crumbs.
When they said false information on the app. Like, buddy,
why? It's good.
Do you think people have Twitter? To get fed lies and see people argue about things no one ever made an argument for in the first place. And the memes of this month were things like Turkish Pistol Shooter, Rainbow Dolphin, and Very Demir. September 2024. Sabrina Carpenter debuts #1 with her album Short and Sweet. Pretty big album for the year, but her tours be freaky as hell for some reason. Like, who's telling her to do all that for her songs? Rich homie Quan sadly passed away from an accidental drug overdose. Man had a legendary run back in the day.
I mean, he got a
Selena Gomez officially becomes a billionaire, mainly making money from her company Rare Beauty. It seems like it's a cheat code to become a billionaire now if you were an already famous celebrity and start any company. Guess I'll have to eventually do that, right, guys? You guys would buy it, right? Nick Avocado goes from the fattest man on earth to the skinniest overnight. I would have predicted World War III would happen this year before predicting this. Everyone was shocked because you woke up one day and Nick wasn't fat anymore. It seemed like it was written in prophecy for him to be obese for life. If you're fat now, you got no excuse. Get your ass on that treadmill in 2025. Kendrick Lamar gets announced as a Super Bowl halftime show artist. Sadly, James Earl Jones passes away, known for playing famous characters like Darth Vader and Mufasa. Rest in peace. The Minecraft movie trailer drops. It was definitely a movie trailer. Yeah, not the best reception from people, but we'll see how good it is when it comes out. The debate between Trump versus Kamala Harris takes place. This year was so exhausting because why do we have 2 presidential debates? One is already too much for my brain. But one comment stood out from the whole debate.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country. And it's a shame. Really, nigga?
Just save Bolt and Brian Griffin and we good. After that, they can chop away all they want. Tito Jackson, a member of the Jackson 5, sadly passes away. It comes out that Diddy was using baby oil for his freak-offs. Lotion or lube don't cut it anymore, so you gotta bring out the maximum efficiency products. And that's what he chose. Telegram now has to share IP addresses and phone numbers to authorities if law enforcement requested. This is a huge change if you don't know, because Telegram was built on keeping everything totally encrypted, which is why every drug dealer in the book was using it. So it might be over for them. They'll have to go back to the boring dark web. I wish I did it. I would have loved to thank you for shopping here message from a drug dealer after getting something. Sucks I can't anymore. That's a joke, YouTube. I've never bought a single illicit substance in my life. Kmart closes its last major store in the US. If you're still shopping at Kmart, then I think you came out the wrong century, bro. The 80s is way back there. Hurricane Helene hits Florida, and memes of this month were things like Nick Avocado's weight loss, the Minecraft movie trailer, Henry Danger side-eye, Diddy arrested, and my new character. October 2024.
It's just crazy watching all this. Like, I let it play because I like just seeing it, like, from the hurricane that hit home, because in NC we don't get them real bad, but we'll get heavy winds, and like we'll have probably some power will go off in some areas, and flooding happens in this area, so we definitely get hit by them. So that was something, bro. It's like, damn, it's crazy.
No, because Telegram was built on keeping.
And this really caught me off guard. I didn't know that about Telegram. R.I.P. Telegram.
I've never bought a single illicit substance in my life. Kmart closes its last major store in the US. If you're still shopping at Nick Avocado's weight, United States port workers go on a strike over compensations and disagreements about the use of automation. It's kind of scaring me that we're entering an era where people have to go on strikes to fight against robots already. Like, I thought this was gonna happen in the future, 2099 or something, but our generation gotta deal with this too? The Joker 2 releases, proving to people that Lady Gaga should stick to singing. The difference between the first movie and second for reviews doesn't even seem real. Lizzo reveals her weight loss to the public. She's been sharing TikToks of her working out, and it's definitely been working. It's like we losing all the fat celebrities to Ozempic or them actually caring about their bodies. Eminem becomes a grandfather. Hurricane Milton hits Florida, and the hurricane was pretty powerful, leaving places messed up. But the way they described this online and on the news, you would think Moses would have been able to part the sea. Like, did we really need to be doing all this in preparation for the storm? Young Philly gets arrested over grape allegations. He's a part of some pretty big groups like Beta Squad and affiliated with the Sidemen. Nothing's confirmed as of yet, but all we know is he paid bail and is waiting trial. Twitter officially returns back to Brazil. They wasted no time. They must have been protesting like crazy in the streets.
I didn't know that about Philly. It's just sad. All that shit, like, sad. I wish, if I had one wish, I really wish I could just hear all that sexual immorality and like just corruption, because that shit nasty, and it really just hurts all of humanity, not just men, not just women, but all of us, even kids, shit, even animals nowadays, shit. Dead bodies at this point, like, shit's weird. And yeah, no, I wish that shit would just stop, because it's gone too far, and we've had enough.
The Weeknd hits a record 120 million.
Stop being a weirdo.
Spotify monthly listeners, breaking his own record. Tesla holds an event and reveals a bunch of its new technology hitting the streets. A robot taxi that automatically drives itself with no user input. A robot bus that can hold up to 20 people. And an actual robot that can communicate back and forth with humans. I don't think society is ready for actual robots. The release of them is in the time frame of us being predicted to being able to have robots. And it seems like it's gonna fulfill that dream. If you're a freak, then you should be jumping with joy. At first, people thought the robots were fully communicating off the videos with no control, but it came out that people are actually controlling the robots still. Might be a while until this still. One day.
What?
One day. Abu Dhabi gets crowned the richest city in the world with an estimated capital of $1.7 trillion. When every cop drives a Lamborghini, that shouldn't be a surprise. The Federal Trade Commission announces its final click-to-cancel rule, making it easier for consumers to cancel subscriptions and memberships and not having to learn.
I mean, I guess when all your residents have like freaking Bugattis and Ferraris, you gotta have something with a little power.
Learn Minecraft enchantment table terminology to do it. Gyms are definitely after this. Sadly, Liam Payne passed away from falling off a balcony. Rest in peace. Trump put the fries in the bag. This video would have went platinum in the streets if he lost. LeBron and Bronny James become the first father-son duo to play in an NBA game. I know people got their complaints about Bronny, but no one can take away this frame in history right here. LeBron seed fulfilled the prophecy he always wanted. Russia finds YouTube 2.5 decillion for banning it in the country. And if you want to know how that number looks, it looks like this. YouTube wouldn't even be able to pay the fine because it's more money than the total amount of money on Earth. So Russians, you guys got to be stuck with Vimeo for now. Sorry for your loss. Young Thug gets officially freed from jail. I thought we were getting 3 years at GTA 6 before this would happen. But magically this month, the unthinkable was achieved. He has to complete 15 years of probation and do community service and give presentations to kids against gang violence. No one knows when he's gonna hit the studio again, but when he does, I think he'll be rapping like this. Memes of this month were things like,
nah, bro, I love seeing a YN turn to a OG. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of wisdom, a lot of knowledge, but a lot of experience, and still just on point with shit. So I love to see it. Hopefully it does do him some good and he does, have some positive growth from it.
ASI thick of it, Elon Musk jumping, Trump fries in the bag, I like my cheese drippy bruh, winter arc, and still water.
What?
November 2024. Apple surpasses $2 trillion in iPhone sales, showing no matter how many times they release the same phone every year, people will be dumb enough to buy it every time. China announces it's developing a hypersonic plane. It'll be able to go 3,069 miles per hour and can travel around the whole world.
I think I'm one of them rare people that can say I've never owned an iPhone. Never. Not the SE, not the Pod, none of that. I've never had an iPhone.
In 7 hours. Any bird that comes across his path in the sky is getting disintegrated instantly. I'm good on a normal plane. That's fast enough for me. Margaret Robbie gives birth to her first child. Sadly, Quincy Jones passed away. One of the most legendary producers ever and known for producing Michael Jackson's biggest albums. Rest in peace. Donald Trump wins the election, finally ending the most intense election in United States history. People fought with friends, family, strangers, and anybody around them who they were voting for. It was also the most expensive election in history, spending a total of $15.9 billion. All that money and seeing the way both campaigns turned out, I would have thought it was $1 million max. Bitcoin also soared in price this month after the election. Crypto bros might officially be back, and crypto scams too. Beyonce becomes the most nominated artist.
Bro, Bitcoin. I bought Bitcoin at 40. I think it was like 40K, and then I bought some more at 60K. But this year, the growth has been immaculate. I started buying like different types of crypto. I love it. I love it. It's like gambling.
Grammy history, gaining a total of 99 nominations. Kai Cenat breaks the Twitch record for the most subs on Twitch. You better watch out, Kai, because best believe I'm coming for you. I'm not too far off that. Did I ever mention that Joe Biden and Donald Trump meet at the White House to discuss their transition. The fight of the century happens. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. I would have been better off to learn the outcome after than watching this abysmal fight live. I hope after this we never have to experience a Jake Paul boxing match ever again.
I was at work and asleep while this was happening, so I'm glad I didn't watch it. Because a lot of people said it was doo-doo. And I thought, like, they was going to come with something, but they really didn't. Very disappointing. I heard, yeah.
Historical reference, Jake Paul did win. Shocker. Malcolm X's family sues the FBI, CIA, and New York police in a $100 million federal lawsuit. They accuse them of letting his murder play out. The U.S. Pentagon fails its 7th audit in a row, saying they couldn't account for $824 billion. Crazy how as a citizen, if you miss a dime on paying your taxes, you get 10 years in prison. Meanwhile, our own government can't even do their own get a pat on the ass. They better start giving them penalties for this or people aren't going to keep taking this. NBA YoungBoy.
You're telling me they lost all the millions of dollars for what? To what? Where? Like, I got so many questions. To who?
Gets sentenced to 2 years in prison. Colombia bans child marriage in 2024. The worst part about this is they tried 8 times previously and failed. If your government officials are this sick, you gotta leave the country. Kendrick Lamar drops a surprise album, GNX, selling 319,000 copies first week and debuting at #1. Credit card debt in the US reaches $1.17 trillion. Cheating is officially no longer considered a crime in New York. A lot of happy relationships are gonna be broken up very soon because of that. Drake files a lawsuit against UMG for allegations of helping Kendrick work. A lot of the US reaches $1.17 trillion. Cheating is officially no longer considered a crime in New York. A lot of happy relationships.
First of all, I didn't know cheating was considered a crime. But I mean, that's W. I feel like that is very, very W because just people out here, they just, I don't know. Sometimes they just base their morals off what's legal and what's not, which is really fucked up. But like, bro, why? Why'd you decide to make it legal? That sucks.
Relationships are going to be broken up very soon because of that. Drake files a lawsuit against UMG for allegations of helping Kendrick Lamar win the beef. Now, I'm not going to go into full detail of this because it's way too much. But technically, Drake isn't suing Kendrick. He's suing his music distributor that they're both under. UMG said, if you're going to sue us, though, we're going to sue Kendrick because we're not getting involved. We're going to have to see where this goes because if Drake loses this lawsuit, it's just embarrassing. Like, how do you lose a beef, sue to say he didn't win it fairly, then lose the lawsuit? Australia bans social media for anyone under 16. I don't think it's even possible to enforce something like this. If it's under 18, then you could easily just say you need an ID to sign up. But 16 and under is a weird age because you can't really ask for the ID. Australian kids going through it right now though. And memes of this month were things like Chill Guy, The Rizzler, I Understand It Now, and Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. December 2024. Joe Biden pardons his son Hunter Biden over his federal trial. I think anyone would do that if they were president, to be honest. Shoot, my homie could be a serial killer and I'm pardoning him. The CEO of a major healthcare company, United Healthcare.
How is that legal?
got pew-pewed on the street. He probably thought his legacy was gonna go down as a great, hardworking guy who built his way to the top. Meanwhile, his killer's getting kawaii edits and he's getting laughed at. CEOs is cooked for the future after this. I never expected how big the story was gonna get. Brainrot is named Oxford's Word of the Year. Mr. Beast announces he'll run for president when he's 50 or 60. Imagine he gets in the White House and he does YouTube vids instead of anything. I put 100 illegal immigrants in a circle and whoever wins gets a green card. I'd watch that video, Mr. Beast. I'd watch it. Bitcoin reaches an all-time high of $100,000. Federal appeals court upholds that TikTok has to be sold to a U.S. company or will be banned on January 19th. The Notre Dame Cathedral officially reopens after its fire in 2019, welcoming world leaders around the world for the reopening. Jay-Z is accused of raping a 13-year-old girl in a civil lawsuit with Diddy. Nothing's confirmed as of yet, but having a lawsuit even filed against you like this is wild. Taylor Swift ends her 21-month Eras tour, making $2 billion.
That's why y'all need to watch y'all hang around and just stop enabling and allowing. Just keep your peoples in check, bruh. Don't be around no weird shit. Cause if they get caught for it, what you think? You think you safe? You thought you was safe? Like, come on, bro. Like, we gotta stop. But I'm glad all this is coming out, and I'm glad niggas like, cause you reap what you sow.
$100,000. Federal appeals court upholds that TikTok has to be sold to a U.S. company or will be banned on January 19th. The Notre Dame Cathedral officially reopens after its fire in 2019, welcoming world leaders around the world for the reopening. Jay-Z is accused of raping a 13-year-old girl in a civil lawsuit with Diddy. Nothing's confirmed as of yet, but having a lawsuit even filed against you like this is wild. Taylor Swift ends her 21-month Eras tour, making $2 billion total on the tour. I don't gotta tell you that's the highest earning tour ever. Should be a given. Chipotle raises its prices 2% due to inflation, and they also lower their chicken giving percentage by 10%. Nah, that's cap, but every year I think they actually do that without telling customers. The man who packed the United Healthcare CEO is officially arrested. Crazy how they can work this fast for a killer as soon as they hit someone rich. It'll take years to solve a murder case. Epic Games is forced to refund $72 million to players due to unlawful billing practices. MGK and Megan Fox break up. Doing all that freak like drinking each other's blood only to split up is pretty embarrassing. Whoever else they get with after is always gonna know they drank their ex's blood and have it in their thoughts. Tokyo mandates a 4-day work week to its government employees due to declining birth rates. AKA they want less working and more working. Elon Musk becomes the first person to reach a $400 billion net worth. Donald Trump is named Times Person of the Year. I'm up next. Trust the process. Stanley Cup recalls 2.6 million mugs after faulty cups. The fact that people were going crazy for them in the beginning of the year, only for them to potentially have to return it back, is hilarious. LeBron decides to step away from the Lakers for personal reasons. People are making rumors saying he's washed or it's over, but I don't tolerate any disrespect for the king. Hot Ones gets sold for $82.5 million. 12 unreleased Michael Jackson tapes are discovered in a California storage unit. Starting off 2025 with new MJ music would be peak. The Federal Trade Commission bans hidden junk fees on any live ticket events and short-term lodging, requiring companies to actually disclose the full price up front. You get one, government. 1W. The new Superman trailer releases. They got this man Clark Kent looking like a TikTok e-boy, come on. But overall, people like the trailer. Party City shuts down all of its stores after 40 years. Probably the last time anybody's ever been to a Party City. And memes of this month were things like the CEO assassination. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of 2024. It was a wild ride this year, but at least we all made it. By the way, if the last 2 weeks or so don't have tracking, I simply couldn't because I'm doing this early and I won't have time to add everything last minute. Sorry about that. I thank all y'all for watching and supporting me this year. We only going up. Make sure y'all check out all my channels and I also stream too. Very important. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, I love you guys consensually.
I don't have a TikTok, but I'm with you, bro. I just love this nigga and what he does. Like, he's always just dependable. He's always has exactly what I'm looking for. I ain't gotta do too much looking. I ain't gotta jump to different videos. It's just all here for me. He's funny, informative, you know, he's educational. He keep it real and honest. And he's just unbiased, objective. I fuck with that. But y'all, again, just thank y'all for another wonderful year. Happy New Year. I hope you guys have fun. You know, set you some goals. Work towards them goals, even if it's little baby steps. You know what I'm saying? Work on your mind. Work on your spirit. Work on your body. You know what I'm saying? Get in the gym. Drink your water. Hella water. You know, pray. Stay prayed up and just, you know, keep striving. And I hope y'all have a wonderful year. And I hope this year was great. And if it wasn't, next year will be better. I know it will. So y'all just stay tuned in. And I hope y'all do, at least. But stay tuned in, subscribe. I got a lot on the way. A lot planned for next year. So, yeah. I'm excited for next year. I really am. And I haven't been excited for a year, I feel like, ever. I'm usually like, oh my goodness. It's a new year. But now I'm like, dang, what's in store for me for 2025? I think it's because since I graduated, I've made so much progress. Every year, it seems to be exponential. And I don't know. I just want to keep it going and I just appreciate all y'all support. You know what I'm saying? And especially God, like he makes things happen, y'all, for real. So, but yeah, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, like he said, consensually. Just hearts, hugs, and kisses. Like I said, y'all have a good, happy New Year's. Stay safe, have fun, and yeah, love yourself. That's important. Trying to give y'all some little things to just go through the year. Y'all can always come back and listen, you know? But anyways, y'all, I'm in the video there. I could just yap, but I need to shut up. So, bye, y'all.